This is for the version of me who loves the weekend, all the way until Sunday night. The version of me who wants just a little more time before the world asks for something again. I look forward to the weekend all week long. Those 2 days that feel like borrowed air, where nothing has to happen on schedule. But then Sunday evening arrives, and even though the weekend isn't technically over, the stress of the week starts creeping in. Part of me wants to use Sunday night to prepare, to be the responsible version of myself. Lay out clothes, pack lunches, sort paperwork, pretend that if I line up every detail tonight, I'll somehow outsmart Monday. But another part of me just wants a little more freedom. One more hour of not thinking. One more moment where Monday doesn't exist. This feeling started early. I went away to an academy in the middle of nowhere. We could go home for the weekend, but Sunday afternoon always meant leaving before I was ready. Curfew cut the day in half. Even now, all these years later, I can still feel that teenage version of me packing up too soon, hurrying, rushing, saying goodbye to the version of myself who felt most at home. Sometimes I think that's why Sunday nights still carry so much weight. My body remembers what my mind has tried to outgrow. So I learned early what Sunday dread feels like, how the inner tightening starts long before Monday actually arrives. The pressure to be ready, the guilt of, I should have done more with my time off. It's strange, isn't it? How a single evening can feel like a mirror held up too close. I start the week already negotiating with myself, promising to be more disciplined, to stick to the plan, to not fall behind anymore. But that pressure only steals the last few hours of peace I have left. Ignoring Monday never makes it disappear. It just makes Sunday feel like a countdown. And old patterns are persistent. They outlive logic. They follow you into adulthood even when your adult life looks nothing like your teenage one. I tell myself I want to start fresh, but half of me is already bracing for impact, doing the same thing and hoping for a different outcome. Maybe it's time to rethink what Sunday nights are for. Maybe Monday isn't the threat it used to be. Maybe responsibilities aren't punishments. They're just responsibilities. Maybe the dread is more about memory than reality. Maybe I can take back a little control, not by forcing myself into rigid plans, but by building small islands of the weekend into the middle of the week. A quiet Wednesday morning where I carve out 10 minutes for journaling. A walk after dinner without rushing. An evening with no clock, no urgency, just a pocket of freedom. I think sometimes I forget that I'm allowed to create freedom inside the week, not just around it. I don't have to wait until Friday night to feel human again. I don't have to earn my rest only after being productive. I don't have to treat Monday like a test. Maybe the real shift is this. I can begin gently. I can live a week that isn't fueled by bracing. So let's try something different. Let's let the week unfold instead of trying to control every inch of it. Let's allow Monday to be just another day, not a verdict, not a punishment, not a threat, just a place to begin again. Let's build in small freedoms inside the long days of responsibility. 5 minutes of quiet, a favorite song in the morning, a slower start, a softer tone with yourself. You're allowed to begin the week imperfectly. You're allowed to show up as you are, not as the ideal version you imagine. You're allowed to be the person who learns this slowly. You haven't failed because you didn't pre-plan every detail. And planning doesn't have to feel like pressure. It can become a tool for things you enjoy, too. This is simply a place where old memories meet new routines, a place you're learning to soften, one quiet Sunday afternoon at a time, signed by the version of you who is finally learning to breathe on Sunday nights.